What's up guys, Blake from Superfly, and today we're going to rank my top boots of 2016, so boot and colorway combined. So we'll start off with the Adidas Red Limit Missy 16.1. Now I love the Missy 16.1, it has a really nice agility knit upper. So we're not talking about the pure agility, we're talking about the Missy 16.1. The boot Missy prefers himself, so agility knit is what we see on the upper. We don't see that pure cut lace cover we see on the pure agility, just a standard mono tongue. Really nice clean surface striking region, great for shooting. I'm a striker myself and I love to shoot often in games, and the Missy 16.1 provides a very clean and uniform striking surface. No, it's not the most responsive, it doesn't have any sort of brio cables, it's just got those laces, a slightly off-center lacing systems towards the lateral side of the boot. But overall, I love the Missy 16.1. You've seen our Missy 16.1 Space Dust test, you can check out the review if you haven't seen it already. And so the Red Limit colorway is red at the top and white at the bottom, a lovely gradient design. We also saw that gradient design on that Space Dust pack as well. Overall, that is my number 10 in the list. So at number 9 is the Spark Brilliance Phantom 2. So this upper on this version was the first boot to go back to the original Nike skin upper we saw on the first generation. So here's the first generation here, it's got that original Nike skin upper. Everyone loved that upper. Durability issues, it wasn't the greatest, but make sure on the Hyper Phantom 2 that durability, it won't be a problem. So you got brio cables, you got that Nike skin upper, dynamic fit collar. Overall, a very responsive boot by Nike Football. And yes, I love the colorway, it's Spark Brilliance, Volt Yellow, you've got a bit of turquoise on the sole plates. This is the AG edition. We've also tested this version as well, you've probably seen the review. So overall, the Phantom 2, all the finish, I like the finish as well, if we've got the finish in here somewhere. So these two boots here, Finish or Phantom, probably the Finish over the Phantom 2. Both great colorways, but I think the Phantom 2's colorway is slightly better. Just making the colorway a bit more uniform and much better looking in my opinion. So that is at number 9 in my list. So at number 8 is the Spark Brilliance Magista Opus. So not the Obra, the Opus. I'm talking about the Opus because I love that boot. It has that traditional low cut design. The Obra had that dynamic fit collar, that mid-cut design. I wasn't a fan of that. I'm talking about the Opus, so the likes of Jordan Henderson wore it at the Euros for England. So it's got red at the top and yellow at the bottom, another gradient design, a bit of orange in the middle with that gradient design. Overall, my favorite colorway by far for the Magista first generation. Love the Opus. The second generation Opus, I'm not a big fan of with that dimple upper, but the first gen Opus is a really great design. You have that sort of webbing upper. I think it's Kangalite is what you see on the original Magista Opus. Great upper, great colorway, and that comes in at number 8 on my list. So at number 7 is the Speed of Light PureControl. So this is another boot launched for the Euros, and yes, it's another yellow boot in my list. I love yellow colored boots, and the A16 Plus PureControl Speed of Light edition, pretty much solid yellow from the heel to toe of the boot. We did have that boot in, we did test it, may actually put them on, but I love the Speed of Light PureControl. And the PureControl itself is one of my favorite boots of 2016. Arguably my best pick for the boot stylers of 2016. So the boot itself has no laces. It's got that Tefat wrap inside the boot, locking down your foot in place. And I'm someone with very wide feet, and it's going to accommodate my feet perfectly. Yes, you have to get the right size with the PureControl. If you get too big or if you get too small, you can't actually customize the fit because there's no laces. So you really have to know the size of the PureControl before you buy them. So overall, the Speed of Light PureControl, pretty much all yellow, that chrome sole plate, it does flake off after use. That's the one downfall of the Speed of Light PureControl. We got black Adidas 3 stripes on the lateral side of the boot. Overall, colorway wise, I'm a big fan. I love solid colorways, just all yellow with a bit of black. Perfect colorway, and that's my number 7 on the list. So at number 6 is the Adidas XS Plus Pure Chaos Red Limit Edition. So this is the design here. As you can see, it's got red at the front, black at the back, a really nice gradient design. The same design on the sole plate with the transparent chassis. Overall, I'm a big fan of this design. Yes, I did like the Speed of Light Pure Chaos, which is pretty much all solid red, but I think the Red Limit Pure Chaos beats it in that terms because it's got a bit of black on the Tefat collar and on the back portion of the boot. Big fan of gradient design boots. Red and black, you can't really go wrong with this Pure Chaos. And yes, the upper is slightly different to previous versions of the Pure Chaos. As I bring them closer, the Red Limit Pure Chaos in my hand here has a sort of rubbery touch to the upper there itself. I think it's much better than what you get on the Speed of Light Pure Chaos. The Speed of Light Pure Chaos doesn't really have a rubbery touch to it. It has a more sort of synthetic touch. Both very thin and lightweight uppers. I'm a big fan of both boots, but the Red Limit Pure Chaos, headlined by the likes of Thomas Muller, is definitely a good boot for me. Fit wise, it's going to accommodate my wide feet perfectly, and that's another reason why I've got the Red Limit Pure Chaos in this list, an easy number 6 in my list. So at number 5 is the Adidas Missy 16 Plus Pure Agility Kryptonite Edition. So this was super limited edition. Messy, he actually didn't wear this boot himself, but it's a very super limited edition boot. It had that iridescent sole. This is the sole we see on the PureControl. Pretty much the same sort of design we see on the Messy 16 Plus Pure Agility Kryptonite Edition. It came out in October. I was a big fan of the boots. I'm not a massive fan of bright green boots, but the sole plate and the whole upper combined and the sort of limited edition sales made this boot really popular option in terms of my picks. The boot itself has that pure cut lace cover, so you're going to get a very unique and clean striking surface when you're shooting, passing and controlling the ball. And the upper is very high quality. You have the agility in it. We did mention about the Messy 16.1, the same upper is seen on the Messy 16 Plus Pure Agility. So agility in it is one of the best, highest grade synthetic uppers you can actually get on an Adidas football boot at the moment. So agility in it from heel to toe. Sprint frame sole plate with that chrome. I'm a big fan of this boot. Unfortunately, we didn't get our hands on the pair, but definitely going to be a number 5 in my list. So at number 4 is a classic colorway with a pop of bright colors, the Pitch Dark Mercurial Vapor 11. So this is pretty much all black with a pop of pink on the swoosh logos and branding. Overall, I'm a big fan of the Vapor 11. It has a very high grade Tajin synthetic upper. Lots and lots of vapors in previous generations have used that Tajin synthetic. But the difference we see on this Vapor 11 generation is the horizontal ridges on the upper, just to provide extra friction on the ball and protect your feet a little bit more when you're shooting, as well as being tackled by defenders. Overall, I'm a big fan of the Vapor. I chose the Vapor over the Superfly because of that dynamic fit collar. Yes, I love the Superfly, but the dynamic fit collar is not really a feature I'm in love with. The low cut design of the Vapor is why I chose that design, because as a traditional fit, the likes of Hazard prefers the Vapor over the Superfly. That's another reason why it's such a good boot. It has that traditional low cut design, it's very lightweight, it has that new contoured sole plate. So the sole plate's actually 40% lighter than the previous nylon chassis we saw on the Vapor 10. Overall, the Pitch Dark Vapor 11 is a very good colorway and a very high performing boot, and an easy number 4 on this list. So at number 3 is another all black colorway, the Dark Space PureControl. So I've mentioned the Speed of Light PureControl already in this list, but now there's another PureControl with the Dark Space Edition. So pretty much all black. The one design feature I love about the Dark Space PureControl, as well as on the XS Plus Pure Chaos Dark Space Edition, is that iridescent Adidas logo and 3 stripes. So you shine a bright light on the 3 stripes and they will shine up to all the colors on the rainbow. So a pop of color on a mostly classic design boot. That's what I love the most. So black boots, mostly all black boots with a pop of color. I recently got a Gloro black and solar yellow color. That's my perfect colorway. So black with a pop of color. The same deal with the Pitch Dark Vapor 11. But overall, this PureControl is definitely one of my favorite boots of 2016. So my number 2 on this list is the Nike EA Sports Mercurial Superfly 5. So this was a very super limited edition boot. It was launched to tie in with the EA Sports FIFA 17 game, which came out in late September and early October. Blue and orange is pretty much the color we see on the lateral side of the boot, and on the medial side, this is one of the most intricate designs we've ever seen on a Mercurial Superfly. It had a sort of graphic print representing the pixels, first seen on the FIFA 94 game, I think it was, to the current FIFA 17 game. It's a really nice boot, pretty modern design. I wasn't in love with the design, but blue, orange and the whole sort of theme of the boot I was in love with. Super limited edition. We actually did get our hands on a pair. If you want to see the unboxing of the EA Sports Superfly 5, click on the video now. So overall, I love FIFA 17, I love orange, I love limited edition boots, and I love the EA Sports Superfly 5. So what could be my number 1 on this list? If you guessed a black boot, you would have been right, and if you guessed a pop of color, you would have been right as well. I'm talking about the Boom PureControl. So this is pretty much all black with a pop of gold on the Adidas 3 stripes and Boom branding. We also saw Pog Buns on the other heel of the boot. Overall, I was in love with this boot. Unfortunately, it was not available to everyone. Just Pogba himself wore it while he was at Juventus. Now he's at Manchester United, and maybe we might see an A17 Plus PureControl Boom edition. Hoping so, and hoping that would become a retail version. So overall, that is my top 10 choices of the boots launched in 2016. Vote in the poll card now with my top 5 choices and vote which one you think is the best. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.